Hi friends, it's me, Aggie. I'm Agnes Friedlander with The Painter's Journey, and today I'm going to paint some Texas Bluebonnets with you. You can see the sample right there. Right there. I'm easily confused. I just painted those with regular acrylic paint, but on this session, during this live, I want to use my modeling paste. I have a brand new pint, I think it's a pint, a brand new container of modeling paste that I got from Hobby Lobby, and I still have some leftover paints, and of course we never want to waste our golden acrylic fluid paint. So I'm going to mix some of that paint in with this modeling paste and create a second Bluebonnets piece. So I've got another one of these. I wish I could say that, I hope that you can find these, but to be honest, I don't know that you will, because I went looking for them at Dollar Tree and I couldn't find them anymore. But these are just wooden blocks that I found at my local Dollar Tree. They were called books on the shelf. And anyway, let me see, nobody's here with me yet. So let me see if I can get some people. Oh, here, a couple people are joining. Hello. Thanks for joining me. I didn't really give any notice, but I appreciate you guys hopping on with me. Who have I got here? Say hello. Let me know that you can hear me. And by all means, if you're watching on replay later, please comment replay and tell us where you're watching from. Maybe you're new to our channel. We are on YouTube, The Painter's Journey, and we have our new Facebook page. So we are trying to build, and so please sprinkle the love if you know what that means. I think we all know what sprinkling means. Sprinkle, sprinkle. It's spring. It's time to sprinkle. So let's get started. I'm going to remove myself from the screen and make the other screen larger and hop on over to the paint table. Hi, Teresa. How are you doing today? Hello. Okay, so every once in a while I will turn around and check out comments. So this one I painted over on my other YouTube channel, Agnes Friedlander Art Studio. I think I am going to come back on and add glass and resin to this. Comment below if you want me to show you how to do that. Here, if you aren't familiar with what I mean by that, we specialize in glass and resin acrylic paintings and also with cutouts. So this is a recent class I just finished up, and this one's called Americana Welcome. It's a door hanger. Is it fitting in here? I guess it's kind of fitting in here. And this is a wooden cutout of the birdhouse with the cutout set that you can purchase at thepaintersjourney.com, our website. You get the welcome cutout, the word, the birdhouse, the roof, and this ledge here is an additional layer. So it's very dimensional looking. I don't know if you can tell. So you get all that, plus, of course, the cardinal and these daisies. So some of the daisies are painted on, like these two are painted on, and they've got beads added on top. These are cutouts. So anyway, didn't it turn out really nice? It's very sparkly, very, very pretty. I need to take it out in the sunlight and really show you how gorgeous it is. But for this video, I'm just going to paint the Bluebonnets. I thought that'd be a nice, quick quick painting lesson to share with you today. So let me set this down out of the way. And these are my paints that I had left over. I've got another palette. I have somewhere I've got my modeling paste. Hey, Linda, let's see who we got here. Always glass and resin. Yeah, we love it. Linda, how are you doing? Nice to have you. Okay. So, and I recently shared some flowers inside of the membership. You guys are members. So our membership is called The Painter's Journey. And we teach people how to improve their paintings. We have over like 230 classes inside the membership. My membership has been around since 2019, so there's a lot of content. but we also help you, build an art business or build an art practice, whatever it is you want to do. If it's a hobby or a business, we got you covered both ways. So anyway, here's the modeling paste. I'm going to put some of this out on here and mix it with some paint and get it on to the canvas. Wait, you know what? Before I do that, let's do a little warm up. Let me show you what I did on the first demo that I did. I basically took a photo, which I got from Unsplash. So this is a beautiful photo of some Texas Bluebonnets. I've never seen them in person. I've been to Texas twice, and I don't think I've ever seen them in person. No, I haven't. So I did some practice color mixing. I used phthalo blue green shade with a little bit of quinacridone magenta and white to get this shade of blue. This shade of blue is ultramarine with a tiny bit of phthalo blue green shade and white for a deeper blue, because some of them do look a little purplish, right? Purpley blue. And then just for the heck of it, I tried my cobalt blue with white, and that made a really pretty bright poppin' blue too. For the green foliage, I just used ultramarine blue and Hansa yellow. So I like to do that just to give some, quick little color swatches to make sure I'm matching my photo. And I always use a photo reference. Anytime I'm doing art or teaching a lesson, anything I'm painting, I always look for photo references. And I really do love Unsplash. Okay. Hey, Lynn, how are you? Glad you could join us. I know it wasn't much notice. Let me take another sip of my water. So I'm going to grab another sheet of copy paper and show you what I did here. So a lot of being an artist is observation. Just being inspired by something. What is it that we like about it? Sometimes just sitting and sketching it super quick. And I'm just using a sheet of copy paper and a ballpoint pen. No biggie. No biggie. Right? So here's my ballpoint pen. Find yourself a substrate, aka canvas, piece of wood, whatever you're going to paint it on. It could even be canvas paper. Whatever you're going to paint on. Figure out what size it is first, right? And once you know this is what I'm going to paint it on, now I know I need to do my sketch to the same size. So I just drew it on there. Now I'm going to look at my photo, and I want to do 3 sprigs again, just like I did on this demo, right? So there's 3 sprigs. Maybe on this one, maybe it'll be a little bouquet, so with a ribbon on it. Let's do something a little bit different. So there's one, there's another, and there's a third one. And of course, we could have a little bow coming down here, right? So then what I did is I took a pencil to indicate where it's kind of like, they kind of look like this. So I did that just to know where to put my petals. And then the bottoms seem to have more greenery, and the leaves kind of all come together in a flowery clump is what I've noticed. Right, so we'll have a few extra green things coming off of there. And then the top has this almost, I don't know, triangular cone of green, right? And then there's little stalks, that come out alternating on the stem. And you do see them once in a while, so I'm putting those there. And then really all I'm going to do is paint globs of paint on this with my, like a number 4 round brush. I literally just take the brush and put globs near the ends of those stems. Okay. So for the sake of drawing it, it would look something like this. Right? They kind of look like a profile, and it's just literally globs or blobs near the stems that you made earlier, right? Simple, not that hard. So in spending just a moment doing that, I noticed several things. I noticed the cones, I noticed the overall shape, I noticed that the cool way that the leaves kind of form a flower shape themselves and stuff like that. So I'm going to incorporate that into my painting. All right, so I'll just bring my substrate over here and I'm going to lightly sketch the same thing. So here's this, and this. And my bow is going to be here. Some kind of little bow. Okay, here's the triangular shape of these. It's more like that. And then there's the cone, little triangular cone on the top. And then I'm going to have my stalks coming out. And some little extra greenery sprigs coming out. Coming off the bottom. And I can erase these later. All right, so we've got a very light sketch. Oh, it's hard for you guys to even see that. So wonder if I should, hold on, let me make a little more shade, slightly bit of filtered light. Does that help? That helps a little bit. And put that a little bit closer. Can you see my sketch now a little bit better? Yeah, I think you can. Okay, so now I'm ready. And again, I've got my paints kind of mixed already, but I am going to need probably a little bit more paint. And of course, I'm going to be using my modeling paste. So let's see. I think first what I have to do is paint my stems on. So I've got some white there. Maybe I need a little bit more white. I'll just put my white in the center. I'm using gesso for my white. And then I need a little bit more clean yellow. So let's get my Hansa yellow on here. Because the stem is a really lime green yellow. So it's mostly yellow with a little bit of my ultramarine blue. You don't need much ultramarine blue at all. Okay, so first thing we're going to do is kind of put this tippy top greenery in here, because it does look a little more green at the top. And I'm just doing quick little strokes. I'm not even thinking much about this. This is going to get covered up. Just put a few strokes. Don't even think about it. And this is a liner brush that I'm using. I need to add a little more water to this. And then I'm just going to paint the center stalk coming down. And I guess it should go off the bottom. And then this one. And then this one. Okay. Then I'm going to make some slightly darker blue leaves. So I'm using a little bit of my cobalt mixed in with this. And I'm still going to use the liner brush and just going to get some indications of greenery here. And I'm trying to stay loose and just not overthink it. Couple stems. And that's going to get covered up by the bow that we add later. Maybe I'll use a little bit of this darker green here and there. And then I'm also going to put these little stalks that we added, right? Maybe I'll make this stem a little darker. A little more yellow up here. And these stalks are where we're going to attach our blobby flowers. Okay. So that's what we've got so far. I think I might need another stalk or two. Okay. Good, good, good. Very good. Now, we're going to be ready for these beautiful blue petals that we're going to put in. And what I suggest you do is test your brush size. So I found out from doing this on my earlier demo that a size 4 round works pretty well. Oh, that's a 6. So this was a little too big. This is my size 4. Hopefully you've got something about that size. I'm going to dip it in water. And, oh, actually, I forgot. I almost forgot. I'm not painting. I'm going to use my modeling paste. I almost forgot about that. So let's do that. Let's start adding some modeling paste to this. And I guess well, you know what? Maybe I should have mixed that with my leaves. Let's mix a little bit of this in with the green that we had. So I'm just going to put some modeling paste into the green mixture that I had and then scoop up as much of it as I can. Right? It's on there, just as much as I could scoop. And then I'm just going to look for a couple of places to do a couple of strokes. And again, don't overthink it. Just put a couple of globbies down and then we're going to move on. Okay? That's probably all I need for now. All right, next thing we're going to do is a blue. And I think I'm going to do the darker blue first. So I'm going to grab, I wiped off my palette knife, by the way, grab some modeling paste, mix it in. And it doesn't have to be perfectly mixed either. Okay, I got a nice glob of it on there. And then I'm going to look at my reference and decide, okay, where do I want to start? I'm probably going to work my way up from the bottom and just start putting this on there as best I can. It's kind of dark. So I tend to make it darker at the bottom. And this is a nice small palette knife. I got this from Dick Blick. You do need a kind of small tip. It's about the size of a pencil. That is important. I'm going to turn it, put a couple more. Now I'm not going to put this into the modeling paste. I almost did. Just looking for a couple more places to put the dark. Okay, now I'm going to switch. All right, maybe just 1 or 2 up at the top. Right? Let's see how 1 looks. Okay, now I've got this lighter blue mixed here, this mixture. And again, I wiped off my blade, wipe this off really good. I don't want to get the paint color in the modeling paste. Take some modeling paste and mix that into the lighter blue. And I might even make this a little bit lighter with some gesso. So now it's really got some nice body to it. and it's a little bit streaky. It's not totally mixed, but that looks pretty good. The gesso does make it a little bit like runnier. So try not to put, I would say don't put too much gesso in there. And sometimes it helps to kind of turn it and angle your palette knife downward so just the tip of the palette knife is touching when you want a smaller one, a smaller globby. I don't know what else to call them besides globbies. I try not to hit the same petal twice. I'm going to also dip into the dark color and see what happens. Ooh, I like what that did. I'm also going to dip in just a little bit of my quinacridone and put that in a couple spots. Oh, I like what that did. And that might be just about all I need, especially if I'm going to add glass. Hey, Michelle. Especially if I am going to add glass to this, that really might be enough. Maybe just one or two more. So as you get to this point, slow down and be more strategic. Okay, let's get a little bit lighter. So now I'm just basically using my palette knife to kind of dot on an icy blue on top. Oh, good. I like that it's a little more filled up at the bottom. Somehow I like that more filled in look at the bottom, right? Okay, I think we're there. What do you guys think? It's probably enough. Now, remember, we're going to come back in and we're going to embellish this. We have to let this dry a couple days, but we're going to let this totally dry. I'm going to erase those lines. I should have erased it before I started adding this stuff. And we're going to add glass and resin. So that's going to be really fun. I do want to add a couple more green leaves to cover over down here. So I'm getting more modeling paste. That's too white now, so I need to make it a little darker. Grab my ultramarine blue, grab my Hansa. Okay, that looks like a nice color. It's slightly different from the other one. You really can't go back into it. You only really get one stroke with this. Oops. Okay, and then perhaps for my bow that I'm going to have on there, that might have to just be glass. Okay, I want one more that's a lighter yellow to finish it off. A lighter yellow green, I mean. More yellow. I added too much white. Okay, so that's a good paint color, but I need more modeling paste in this, which also kind of whitens it up. Okay. The gesso kind of messes with it a little bit. Okay, and then I think I do love how there's just a hint of pink in there. So I'm going to use my modeling paste with just a tiny bit of quinacridone and white. And I'm just going to put that in a couple spots so that there's this little hint of that in there, right? I just love that. Actually, it's funny. You can kind of just lay it on top of your paint. Look at that. That's a fun little discovery. I'm literally just laying a little dot of quinacridone on top of my blue that I put down with okay, now I'm doing too much. That I put down with the palette knife. Huh. I like what that's doing. I'm going to get a little bit more ultramarine. And just put a little bit more detail in here and there. It's nice to have some slightly smaller little bits going on, right? Some of them can be kind of floating nearby. And if there's a spot that's really bothering you that you just want to have a little more filled in, do it with a brush like I'm doing right now. Okay, I think that's pretty good. We don't want to overdo. So let's see. I think I do want to try to put a little bit of a bow on here. So I'm going to paint it on first. I'm going to use a smaller round brush so I have a little more control. And maybe that'll be a pink bow, quinacridone bow. Just something like this, you know, it doesn't have to be real spelled out. I mean, even that is enough to give a feeling that it's a bow, right? Oh, that's okay, Liz. Hi. Maybe I'll put just a little hint of like blue and white mixed into that now. To help it relate a little bit more. Yeah, I like what that did. But I don't really want the bow to steal the show. So now I have enough of a base there that when I go to add my glass and resin later, I think I can make it look pretty good. Okay, so I think I just want to clean up the stems down here just a tiny bit more. So back to my liner brush. This is a weird color I'm getting. There we go, lime green. Let's see. Just a little bit more greenery. Okay, and if you feel like you messed up and you don't really like a stem, you can go back, you can paint your background color over the top of the whole thing, but just going to leave it. I don't think it's going to really be that noticeable after I put the glass and resin on it later. So anyway, that is it. And now I know that I've got pencil marks showing, but I need to let this dry, and I will come back on and I will show you how to add some cut glass and resin to this. So it'll be kind of along the same line as this. You know, it'll be kind of along the same line as this, where we've got the glass on there and the resin. What do you think? Fun, 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 right? So here's my first one. This was just paint. Move this over. Sorry. Anyway, a lot of noise. The first and second one. And I'll put myself back in here. Which one do you like better? You know, and I mean, I just did this really quick. You could certainly spend more time finessing this if you wanted to. Maybe you just want one. Just one sprig would be totally fine. Maybe you don't want the bow. I don't know. So anyway, that is it, my friends. I hope you enjoyed this. Lynn says she likes both. Does it look like something that you think you could do? The first reminds me of wildflowers. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know. Are Texas bluebonnets kind of wild? They're kind of a wild flower, aren't they? Because there's fields of them. Or well, Liz is a resident Texan. Do you know if they're wildflowers, Liz? Putting you on the spot. Sorry. So anyway, friends, thank you so much for hanging out. If you've got questions, throw them in the comments. Happy to help out. Please sprinkle the love if you would. These are both happening on our public pages. I have this on our new YouTube channel and our new Facebook page. So we are going to be putting more content out for you guys that love painting. If you're interested in learning more about glass and resin art, we are your girls, Shelly and I. Shelly's my partner. And hey, Patty, looks pretty. I'm not a Texan, but I might try. You don't have to be a Texan to like, you don't have to be a Texan to like Texas bluebonnets, right? I don't even know if they're really called Texas bluebonnets. They're probably just called bluebonnets. And yes, Liz says that they are a wildflower. So good, good, good. And wildflowers, by the way, are very popular. They're really on trend right now. So if you are somebody who wants to be on trend with the art that you're creating, by all means, make some of these. They're pretty quick. If you want to practice it on a pad of paper or even on copy paper like I did, practice your brush strokes, practice your color mixes, and I bet you could do a series of these. And by all means, when you put them out into the world, use a hashtag wildflowers, because then everybody will see them, because people are looking up wildflowers. It's very popular right now. That's my tip for the day. Anyway, friends, I'm going to let you go. Thank you so much for hanging out, and please sprinkle. I think you all know what sprinkling is. We would very much appreciate you sprinkling this to your friends. Thank you so much. Bye.